We're here with the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers, Graig Counsell. Graig, you know, you're one of the few ball players, bats left and throws with his right hand and being the shortstop. How was that?
Well, yeah, my dad put a bat in my hand. I was left-handed hitter, I guess. He did the same thing, so probably just a little bit of genetics, how I was raised.
Well, the only other guy that I remember was Ricky Henderson that did the same thing.
No, Ricky threw left and bat right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, when you were playing, how much influence did Jim Leyland have on you?
Big influence for sure. I mean, I think for anybody, your first big league manager has a lot of influence on you as a player, and he was obviously a great manager, and I learned a lot from him. I think about him a lot for sure. Think about lessons that he taught me. So huge influence.
Now, when you were playing, has the game of baseball changed? And the reason why I answer that is because I'm sure that you know well aware how sensitive players are today. Is it harder for a manager to talk to a player and tell them, listen, this is what I expect from you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think players have changed that much. I mean, I do think I think the game has changed a lot. You know, players want to be great at what they do. They're really talented athletes. There's a big learning curve, like from when you're young to when you're old, and then as you get old, you get experience and you get less athletic. But it's hard being a player. So I think for this generation of young men, they have so much more at their fingertips. They have so much more information, and they have to process it, whether that be through, you know, information that we give them or whether information they get on through social media. So it's an information age, and like being able to process all that information is one of the things that players have to be good at.
With all that information, why is it, you know, yesterday, I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday I saw a guy hit, there was a guy on first, base hit to right field, and he just stood on second base, and I guess he was happy. I would say, man, why don't you, rarely I see a guy going from first to third anymore, from second to home. You as an old school ball player, man, what goes through your mind when you see something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I think we're always looking for players that want to gain the edge in every single moment of the game. And I think there's always been generations of players that are good at that and players that aren't good at it. And our job as coaches is to teach that to more players and to get more players better at whenever I can get an advantage, whether that be taking an extra base or, you know, whatever, finding a pitch to throw to a guy, when I need to learn how to do that. And teaching players to do that is still the job of coaches.
Lastly, you like that the new rules that they've implemented with the bigger bases, can't break the double play? I mean,
yeah, I mean, the rule, I like the pitch clock rule, I do. I mean, shorter games is really important. I do like that rule. You know, some of the other rules that limit strategies that a team can employ, I'm not as big a fan of. But I do think the pitch clock has been a very, very good thing for our game.
Well, I always thought that you would tell me the opposite, because I said, you know what, all the rules that they've implemented hasn't helped the pitchers at all. I mean, why bigger bases, but why didn't they put bigger home plate? You know, and as you can see, all the pitchers that are, you know, up in age are tired. So, you know. Yeah,
it is a hard, you know, it is harder on older pitchers. We have seen that. It does. The time between pitches does get quick, but I think ultimately it's the pace of the game is what is being played at what it should be, and we are here, you know, we are an entertainment product, and we have to entertain fans, and having action in games is required to entertain fans. So it's a good thing.
Listen, Greg, thanks a lot for your time and courtesy, man. I hope you have that ring this year.
My pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.